In 3, 2, 1. All right, shut up and welcome back to the illustrious Disney Versus. This is a series where Jay and I make worlds collide, namely Disney into the rest of the world. We are in the third and final round of Disney versus The Office. We are drafting our picks. It's me, Harrison, as well as Jay again. Jay, go ahead and introduce yourself. Say hi to the people.
Very excited to close it out strong. Make a little bit of a comeback.
I obviously took round 1. Jay obviously took round 2, in my opinion. Round 3 is really going to be where it's all decided. Jay, explain what we're doing, explain who we're picking, and we'll go from there.
So we're choosing Disney characters that match up well with these specific Office characters. We've already done 9 previous ones. So today we have Stanley, Creed, Toby, Oscar, and Kelly. So what Disney characters do we think would fit well, would match up, and then also how would they interact with the other ones that we've picked as well? So, Harrison, you went first, round 1. I went first, round 2. So it's back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Creed, Oscar, Toby, Kelly, and Stanley.
Yeah.
This one is really tough. Like, my first pick is the only safe one, and I feel so strongly about a couple of them, but after Chi-Fu, dude, I'm not sure what's in danger and what's not. Like, I really am scared that if you take my Creed, I'm going to freak out. If you take my Oscar, I've got backups, but, like, there is one Toby, and it's a race to it, so I have to take... Ariel says, don't pick Toby. Dude, when I put that up with Scotch tape 20 seconds ago, I had a feeling that was going to end up happening. I guess I'm going to take that as a good omen, and I'm going to pick my Toby. And I don't want to pick him first, but I'm going to. And I'm selecting... I can't believe that.
I'm very nervous who you're picking.
I'm taking yours for sure. I'm selecting Eeyore for Toby. Is that not yours?
Not mine.
Then I have blown this. If you take one of mine, it's that moment in a football game where you're like, wow, he just dropped that pick. If they lose, we're going to come back to this moment and be like, that's where it turned. If you take my Creed or Oscar or Stanley, this is going to be the moment I blew that. Eeyore, I think, is so obvious for Toby. I could see him being in love with my Pam, which is Belle. I could see him just having the exact same affect, talking slow, being mopey, being able to be pushed around. I would say in The Office, you would imagine Toby is just as depressed as Eeyore vocalizes. Eeyore might have a little bit more to say, but I don't think there's anyone that fits Toby better than Eeyore. So I'm picking Eeyore for my first round, Toby, and I just really hope that doesn't come back to bite me.
No, that's a great pick. That's a great pick, and I could see why you would think that. Eeyore had not
like that, wouldn't you?
No. Eeyore had not come across for me for some reason with Toby, but it's very obvious once you say it. So I get it.
Okay.
I have said this before, and I've been burned.
I don't think you're touching my Dwight, so I'm not going there.
If we have the same Dwight, I'm going to freak out.
I would freak out.
No. I am picking Chi-Fu
Oh
for Dwight.
my God, no way,
Yes,
dude.
I am.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding. The Emperor's assistant, Chi-Fu, is my Dwight.
And Chi-Fu makes me feel like there are no guarantees in life.
There's no
You gotta
guarantees
take every
in life.
day, every moment, and cherish it. So I'm gonna say this one more time. I don't think you're gonna get close to my Kelly.
I don't think you're going to get close to my Kelly.
So I'm gonna save that one for a little.
Okay. Wow. Now
I'm
that
going
will.
to start
If
this.
I have the same one,
I would be.
we're done. There's
Almost
no way
more
because
shocked than Chi-Fu. Almost.
no. See, I feel like my Kelly isn't
Okay.
that strong.
Okay.
Where Chi-Fu, I knew like this is the guy, but Kelly, I've got a couple.
Yeah.
I wonder if yours is on my list though, which I can't wait to find out.
So I'm gonna go with Creed, and I'm gonna choose Scuttle.
Oh, thank God. No, it's not
Okay.
mine. Scuttle.
So Scuttle,
Whew.
if Scuttle turned into a human, I think he would look pretty damn close to Creed.
Remind the people who Scuttle is, because I know.
So Scuttle is from Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
the white seagull.
I was gonna
And
say sea pigeon.
yeah.
Jay doesn't know what they're called.
And he is very funny. They both definitely have a shady history where like you're not quite sure what trouble they have encountered before. Like if there's any bloodshed on their feathers
they've got any
or
bodies.
hands. Like it's pretty clear that Creed has killed. And so I could just see
Scuttle having
Scuttle
killed.
being like the older guy, just like kind of taking sig breaks like left and right. Like no one really understands where he came from. And there's a few quotes from Creed
Wow.
that you maybe don't know if it was Scuttle or Creed. This could be a
Oh
whole
my gosh, let's
separate
play a game
show.
called Creed or Scuttle.
If I can't scuba, then what has this all been about? What am I working towards? Creed.
It's Creed?
Yeah.
That's a great quote.
And you're paying too much for your worms, man. Who's your worms guy?
Is that Creed?
That's Creed as well. Okay? So we can play this
awesome.
game for another hour.
That's awesome.
Scuttle or Creed. But
Scuttle v. Creed, dude. I would love that game show.
When we first decided to do this, he was one of my first ones that like instantly came for any of the Office characters. It just Scuttle and Creed lined up for me, so I'm very happy to have him, and I would have been very bummed if you picked him.
Oh my gosh, I know the feeling. I was really sweating. So Scuttle is your Creed, and it's back to me. I'm gonna go with my Stanley.
Oh.
I've got two really good ones, but I just love the concept of the one I'm going to pick. So no, you know what? I'm too afraid. No, but you're not going to take my Creed. Yeah, I'm going to go with my Stanley, and I'm going the magic mirror from Snow White.
Oh.
I just can easily
Explain more.
Yeah. First off, there's that affect that the magic mirror has where just like, I'm just telling you what you need to hear and what you ask me, which is kind of Stanley just here to get paid and just do his job. I could easily see the magic mirror sitting at a desk doing crosswords and not caring or knowing the names of anyone around him, just so there to punch the clock and leave. And I also think it's really funny to imagine a mirror in a desk chair like that as a legit character in The Office. So I'm picking the magic mirror for Stanley, and I am pleased with it. I have a backup that I'm curious what you'll take, and we'll talk about it. But now is actually kind of the first time that we could probably discuss some of our other options because there's no chance they'll be off the board. There's
some. I'm still nervous to share anything.
Yeah, I get that.
I
Tell
don't
me your
want you to
picks,
see
dude.
my playbook.
Tell me your picks.
I can't imagine
You're just
who your
saying
other one
everything
is,
like an NFL
but
coach, just
yes.
not blocking it all.
yeah, exactly. Chip Kelly with the signs.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you having a better pick than the Magic Mirror. That's so
great to
strong.
say. Thank you.
It really is. Like I just sat there in silence of how great of a pick that was. Very
That's
creative
fantastic to hear.
and has a very similar tone as how Stanley talks.
I think so too.
So,
Yeah, you don't see a lot of the Magic Mirror, so it's tough to know every
Correct.
part of his personality. But
Yeah.
if you watched our Snow White episode, I think that the personality that we ended up resulting in was super, super aligned, and I love that pick. So I'm going
like
with Stanley.
Awesome. Okay. I need to pick my Toby.
Okay,
I know you already have,
a Toby.
but I don't know. I'm just nervous. I am going with Zazu
Wow.
from Lion King. I would
Interesting
describe
pick.
him as the HR of the Pride Lands. His role that he plays for Mufasa,
That's pretty cool.
He's really. He needs to know what's happening. He's kind of the one that's monitoring the situation. He's not like the muscle or anything, but he's going to be flying around, making sure that the offices run as smooth as possible with Captain Hook as my Michael in the helm.
I love that.
I could also completely see him having a crush on my Pam, Ariel, and never actually doing anything about it. And I can see Captain Hook, my Michael, hating
him.
Zazu. And just
Absolutely.
like that dynamic of Toby and Michael, which is maybe my favorite relationship in The Office. I can see that so well between Captain Hook and Zazu. And Captain Hook used to the pirate life of having no rules, and Zazu just like
Trying to
interrupting
have
him and just
rules, yeah.
Captain Hook hating his guts.
That's
So
good.
Zazu's my Toby.
That's a good pick. Honestly, to go to your point, I think your Toby could fall for your Ariel just as quickly as my Ariel fell from my wall. So I
Beautiful.
totally see what you're saying
Beautiful.
there. But who wouldn't fall for Ariel? I'm going to go ahead and move into my Oscar. See, actually, I can't because I'm still so split between two. I almost want you to take one because I feel good about both of them. No, you know what? Let me go with my Kelly and just throw that out there and see.
Yeah, go for it.
There is. So I talked to Hope about a couple of these picks, my sister, and
I
she,
consulted with Lindsay as well, to be
Okay,
clear.
so that's
It's
not
nice
unfair.
that we have
Yeah,
like
that's
our
good.
like
yeah, no,
wise.
we have networks. That's right.
Yeah. Bouncing
I
stuff.
I didn't know the one that she wanted me to pick, but I do want to mention it. I think it's
Which
probably who
scares
you've
me
got.
a lot, actually.
No,
The
I mean,
fact
I
that
think I know
Hope
who
knows
yours-
it and you don't really know is scary. Because I don't think you know this character is my point.
I know
And
who you're going
Hope-
to pick then.
Hope
Should I
has
just
a
take it because it's funny. Because it's on my list.
No.
I've got two.
dude. If you don't go pick whoever you want. It's your pick. You're on the clock.
There is a correct pick, but then
Yeah, there
there's
is a
one that
correct
I
pick.
know. I gotta take it from you. It's just too funny.
I don't think you're gonna get close to my Kelly.
I'm gonna go with Charlotte LaBouche.
Oh my god, dude! I'm done. I'm done with this
Prince
shit.
and the Frog.
Dude, I'm done. Harrison, I'm done. You should have never been able to consult with Hope. The second you said Hope, I was like, oh, there actually is a chance because that is the correct pick. I'm just gonna
the right
run
one.
as if
It's
as
the
if I
right
picked
one.
Charlotte. So we've never talked about Princess and the Frog. To be clear, I don't even know.
I've
if
never
you've
seen it. I've
Okay.
never even seen. But I
That's
did
BS.
watch
If
a
you haven't-
10-minute. I did watch a 10-minute character research of all of her clips throughout the movie, and
Dude.
so that is how I knew.
If you haven't seen the movie, it might be part of the rule book. We might need to
okay.
investigate.
I'll
this
take
later.
my other one, but just know I got your number.
She's gonna be talked about regardless.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you. I'll take it off the board because I haven't seen the movie, and that'll be what we do. Because I'm happy to bring out my next one.
I
which
basically
is,
just pulled out a gun to say
Pick
You're gonna
someone
give it
else.
to me, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna give it to me.
complete intimidation.
you've been chief food enough times. I'm not going to sit here and talk like I need all your picks. But
I
let's
still
just.
did.
Yeah.
I still feel awful.
Yeah. Good. So I'll take instead of the right pick. Which is such a sanction. Feels like when a new team comes in and they have to take good players from every team.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, we shouldn't have given that person up. But I'm a nice guy, and we want to keep doing these. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Georgette from Oliver and Company for my Kelly. Obsessed
the
with
poodle?
glamour, obsessed with herself. Definitely a romantic. Georgette's a little meaner than Kelly, but I've also remember Kelly. Any pouty scene from Kelly, you could put Georgette right in there, and it fits
Yeah.
perfectly. There's very few things. I think it works perfectly. So I'm gonna go with Georgette, and we'll do that. So you go ahead and take your little.
It's just Harrison. You
consolation
know
pick.
that I'm just like on the brink of like
You won't
stopping
sleep.
doing this.
No, I was like,
because
I actually thought you might
Pooh
leave
incident.
the episode. I was like, I kicked him out.
It's again the third pick.
Yeah.
As well, like Michael Jordan was picked
Just getting
third, Chief
Chifu,
Fu,
dude.
and almost Charlotte.
You're welcome.
No.
Okay, so number 3 is my Kelly, Georgette. Who you got?
I will give you the tip of the cap. To
Thank
be
you.
clear,
That's
the
what I
fact that
want.
you had Charlotte.
That's
as
what I
well.
want.
Like I'm gonna pick Charlotte, but she'll
course.
probably demand a trade like very quickly because
Yeah, she
like,
knows
she
her
should've gone to
family's
you.
close to me. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
she
all
doesn't want to
messed
leave
up.
home.
And Hope.
Yeah, shout out to Hope.
When you said Hope,
I
knew
saw
it
the
was a
fear in your
problem.
eyes. That's when I knew I had you. Oh, good.
So yeah, so she's the friend in Princess and the Frog, and she's very high maintenance, into fashion, only wants to get married when she finds out that she can be the princess, and then instantly starts planning her wedding and the flower arrangements, etc. It's like, go back and watch Charlotte. She is Kelly. It
the right
might be the
pick.
best matchup that
Oh,
I've
I
come
actually would
across
agree.
of the 15 or 14 Office characters that we've done. It's
I
perfect.
completely agree. I did my research. I haven't seen Princess and the Frog. We'll obviously get to it, and I'll have to watch it, but it's not a movie I grew up on. In looking through the clips and doing my research, it was phenomenal how much it is the right pick. So, totally agree with you there. Great pick. If only I could have gotten to her first, that would have been something. Okay, so that your third pick will be Charlotte, and I am going to pick my. I'm going to pick my Creed because I'm just so excited about him. But it does leave a duel for Oscar. I am picking Geppetto for my Creed.
Geppetto was my number 2.
Really?
On my sheet right now, Geppetto
So
was
you
number 2.
get why Creed is weird and creepy.
Respect.
Geppetto is weird and creepy. They're probably around the same age. Dude, there's something strange about a grown man who makes puppets, A, and B, wants that puppet to be a real boy. There's a lot of stuff weird about Creed. I could easily see sneaking a onion into Geppetto's hand and him not having any idea while he's painting the little eyelashes on Pinocchio. So I'm stoked about that one. I think Geppetto is the perfect Creed. So I'm going with Geppetto for my fourth pick for Creed.
Yeah, I love that pick.
Thank you.
He was my backup, so all respect given.
Yeah. Game that recognizes game.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Oscar. And to be clear, like strategy-wise, I knew that you weren't gonna pick Charlotte, but I still picked Charlotte right after to still give you the advantage.
Yes,
know what
of course. No,
Like,
that was
it
a
nice
gentleman's.
tip of the
That was a
cap.
gentleman's move. I saw that. I did.
So
understand.
I'm going with Oscar.
Okay.
And
Here's where it can really. Get interesting.
yeah. This is a little scary.
See, I didn't think I feel confident in both of my picks, and so you taking one doesn't scare me that much. But I hadn't really conceptualized that you literally might take one of these because I think that they're both great.
I would be surprised. But
Okay.
I'm gonna start it with a Lil Wayne quote. Counting all day like a clock on the wall. For a man that's in finance like Oscar, Cogsworth.
Cogsworth. Holy shit. That's great.
Cogsworth. Is he one of your
Wayne
two?
No, he's
Thank
not.
you. Okay.
He's not.
So Cogsworth.
That's a good one, man.
From Beauty and the Beast. He's a know-it-all. He's very serious and does have motivation to have like some power and to feel like the smartest man in the room. And it's
Totally.
very similar to how Oscar operates in The Office as well. And I can just see them being in those same situations, like all of the harassment that Oscar deals with. Like I can see Cogsworth
Oh yeah.
just having all those same interactions with my Michael Captain Hook and just very uncomfortable situations between the two of them. So Cogsworth is also going to round out that great like finance operations table
Yeah.
between Kevin, Oscar, and Angela. So back there for me, it's going to be Tinkerbell, Cogsworth, and then Pacha. So it's going to be fun. I'm happy to have those three
Yeah, that's a good
back
that's
there,
a good
and it
combo.
does feel like they would still have the same dynamics, which made me feel comfortable about picking Cogsworth because he can still have fun.
Hope had mentioned Cogsworth for somebody else, and it might have been Dwight or Ryan.
Yes, I thought about Cogsworth for Dwight.
Yeah,
He actually would have been better than my
trying to find out.
Sebastian pick retroactively.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. But you know what? We gotta just keep moving forward. Okay, Cogsworth is Jay's pick for Oscar, and I will go. I guess I'll pick my Oscar now as well, and then you have your Stanley left.
Yeah.
So you didn't pick one of my two. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I'll pick one, and it's gonna be God, I just don't see it being better than that. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh. If you've ever seen Winnie the Pooh and Rabbit and how serious he is about the things that he likes, he's got his garden, he's upset when people mess with his stuff. He's so easy to get the best of, especially like, isn't Andy your Tigger? Dude,
Yes.
Tigger gets Rabbit so easily. Like,
Yeah.
I just think it'd be so, but people would leave him alone. I could easily see Rabbit dialing into a finance job and just kind of doing his thing and having his own little life and having a partner at home that he's excited about, whatever. I think that Rabbit's a great Oscar, but my backup, I guess, and I'm curious what you think is better, was Bagheera from The Jungle Book. For a lot of the same reasons, I think that they're almost too serious, but they could kind of let loose and have some fun. Who do you think is better between Bagheera and Rabbit there for Oscar?
I personally like Bagheera more,
Yeah, I kinda did
but
too.
I'm not as big of a Winnie the Pooh fan, so that's
more of a
I'm
Prince and the
biased.
Frog guy or Princess and
Yeah.
the Frog guy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, I made my pick,
Bagheera's
but there
great.
was the scary part where I was like, should it be Bagheera?
I thought Jack Skellington for a long time, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
It doesn't actually work, but his longing at the beginning of Nightmare
Huh,
Before Christmas
yeah.
and feeling like he doesn't connect with anyone around him,
Yeah, that's not
those
bad.
two things kept me connected
Dialed
with him
you in.
until pretty recently with Cogsworth, where it is better, but
I like it. I like it.
okay, so the last pick of the Office Disney Versus to round
Yes.
this out.
Yeah,
It's been a long heartbreak
tough journey.
road for me, definitely. So for my Stanley,
Uh-huh.
and if we were to do the Chifu thing again, and I would have asked you what movie is your Stanley from, and you said Snow White, I would have freaked out because I would have 100% assumed you were going to choose Grumpy, not the Magic Mirror.
He was definitely on
So
the list, of course.
this is like
great
my
pick.
weakest of the five, to be honest.
I don't know. It was on my list as well.
It's like it
So you're
just
picking
seems
Grumpy.
too easy. But yeah, Grumpy, obviously he'd sit there. He would be more quiet. I also thought Iago, but Iago's just a little bit too loud. I
Yeah.
really wanted him to be there, but he doesn't work as well as Grumpy would. And Grumpy would definitely leave the office early or in the middle of Captain Hook's speech to the office and him just not caring and grabbing his bag and going home to his family. So Grumpy's my Stanley.
I get what your point is because it feels cheap almost because it's an emotion and it's one
Correct.
of Stanley's major character points. But I don't know that we've got a better comparison on this entire draft list as easily as Grumpy could slot into Stanley. I do think it
Yeah.
is the right pick. For me, I was just tickled at the idea of it being the Magic Mirror, and I just
Yeah,
loved
it
that
is great.
concept. So I went with it, but I think Grumpy was the right call there. I really do. So that rounds out the draft. Do you have? I know you have an honorable mention.
For Jan,
Yeah,
I can see the Evil Queen.
I
staying
had that too.
on the Snow White theme. I mean, the Evil Queen would dominate Captain Hook, and it would be the exact same dynamic between Jan and Michael. It's like, what is the Evil Queen doing?
I think I've got a better one.
Really?
I think it's Lady Tremaine.
Okay, so Lady Tremaine and Corella. I thought about all three of the women.
That is literally my three that I've got. They're right here written, and I was like,
all the same
I think
era.
Cruella's a bit too
much.
vivacious. Yeah, she's too much.
Yeah.
Tremaine or Queen felt pretty interchangeable, but I think Tremaine, we know because she killed Cinderella's dad, probably. We should argue about that sometime. That she can play the game. She can and seem like a nice person. The Evil Queen seems like she's just always down to scrap and has just always been power hungry. So I don't know. I like either of those, but I guess that with Jan as the honorable mention, that rounds out Disney versus The Office. It's been a great draft. I am curious, Jay, in your opinion, who do you think your top three picks are from both you and me? And I'll do the same.
Chifu has to be the first
Chifu.
pick. Chifu is such a good Dwight and very difficult to come up with, and I give you all the credit for picking them first.
Thank you.
Charlotte as Kelly is just spot on.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah, it really is perfect. I would say both of our picks for the fairy godmother is probably my favorite
You mean
of the whole
Phyllis?
draft. Oh yeah. Sorry, for Phyllis. That's how.
So for Phyllis,
they
I
are
had
to me.
Merryweather in Sleeping Beauty, and you had the fairy godmother.
Yeah, those are my two
great.
favorite. Both
That's a good
character
joint
picks.
pick. I totally agree with you.
What about for you? What stands out?
just for the people who might not have watched. I mean, go watch 1 and 2. Obviously, the first rounds are electric, so obviously you should go see it. But for me, I would say adult Simba is really a good gem. Michael, I had Honest John, and I'd say my second favorite pick of yours is Captain Hook for Michael. Dwight, Chifu, obviously the number 1 pick of the draft in my opinion. Ryan, I picked Jafar, but I think my favorite one on that end was your Cusco. I think that I didn't see Emperor's New Groove coming in. I actually almost picked Kronk for Creed. I thought about that one.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't fit perfectly, but
I want to
weird
pick
guys.
Yzma. I tried to squeeze Yzma into like every female character.
dude.
It just didn't quite
Honestly,
land.
Yzma for Creed would have probably worked better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Kevin,
that.
and here's one of my favorites too, is my Shin Po for Kevin. You've seen the ones we've just picked. It's quite a strong team stack up.
Yeah.
I'm curious to even look at what those two groups look side by side, but I don't know, who do you think got the better of this draft? If you had to pick, like, is there a winner, or is everyone a winner because we all got to go through the
I
journey?
think everyone's a winner because we both came up with Charlotte from
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
Harrison and I have never talked about
Not
Princess
one
and the
time.
Frog, so
No.
to both have a relatively minor character from that movie is bizarre. And then Chifu.
Yeah.
We don't
Everyone
really talk Mulan that much, and to
but we
both have
will.
him for Dwight.
And
So
I cannot wait
so
till
excited.
we do. Thank you for listening. This
Yeah.
has been the Disney versus draft. If you have, I don't think anyone's ever commented on anything ever before in our entire lives, but if you have any ideas for who you want to see us do a Disney versus with, go ahead and let us know, because it'd be great to hear from you. Thank you for listening again, and we'll see you next time.